Good morning and happy Sunday, my love. I just thought we could spend a little Sunday together to reset bookish things, to reset just life things, mostly just to reset my well-being a bit. And I figured it would be fun to just take you along with me on a Sunday. Not every Sunday looks like this, but I try to kind of do these things every second to third week. I never set an alarm for Sundays. I usually get up at about 6:37 on most days, but I slept in a tiny bit today and got up at 7:45. Made myself a tea. Today we did white rose and goji. I'm obsessed with tea. And I usually have a green tea in the morning, but I'm out at the moment, so we decided to switch things up a little bit. I try not to have something too caffeinated straight away in the morning because otherwise I'll get the jitters and we don't want that. But I do like to have a nice warm cup of tea, especially in the winter at the moment. So I'm gonna sit down, probably go on my phone for the first time in the morning, just like see my notifications. I try not to go on it too much, but I like to be realistically strict with myself. I know I'm not gonna be able to not go on it at all, but I need to like click the home screen and see if I've got any like urgent messages. Then we're going to maybe read a little bit and make some breakfast, and then we might make a coffee for Austin to give him a coffee in bed because it's a Sunday. I just think everyone needs a reset every few weeks. Every week would be ideal, but obviously that just doesn't happen. Also, being realistic, this is not going to be a no work day for me. I have a video to finish editing and I have an assignment to do a little bit of. So this is a realistic reset. We're going to try and reset where we can, but we will have to do a few hours of work here and there. But as for now, let's make some breakfast and a coffee. Let's do my makeup for the day. I have to get my fringe out of the way, obviously. I don't really want to do too much today because I am going to Pilates at 11. That's the kind of start of my plans. But I do have a few TikTok videos and Instagram reels to film. So I'm just gonna do like a tiny little bit, nothing too crazy. We're gonna start out with some sunscreen because, you know, keep our skin protected. This isn't anything special, it's just a matte sunscreen. So as I said, plans for today, very, very basic. This morning, I am going to film a TikTok and edit that and post it because I'm a little bit behind at the moment in my short form content. Then we're probably going to spend an hour or so editing my YouTube video. I don't have that much left to edit, 15-20 minutes of footage, so not too bad. I'm then going to go in with my Glossier concealer. I'm obsessed with this. I love it because there are so many shades, and obviously I am super pale at the moment. It is the middle of winter here, and this is the Balm Concealer Light 2 shade. Told you I was pale. Yeah, just obsessed with this. I love Glossier and their products, honestly. Just use my finger to put this on because, and then I'll blend it with a brush, but just I feel like it gives me the most natural look and makes me waste no product. I also did my whole skincare and stuff just before, which again is pretty minimal in the morning. So yes, after editing, we are going to go to Pilates at 11 a.m. I'm obsessed with Pilates. I'm hoping to get my Pilates certificate. And I know it's like a trend at the moment, and I even had a few people replying to my stories being like, oh my God, even you do Pilates. Like, that's bizarre. To me, I've done Pilates for years, but it is just one of the best forms of exercise for me. I'm not very good with high intensity workouts at all. I will usually pass out because of like my blood and stuff. So Pilates is like the best form of exercise I can do. It's so good for my mental health. It's so good for my physical health. I feel so refreshed afterwards. You can't really see, but I do very basic concealer, and like the way that this blends into my skin is crazy. Like, it's so similar to my skin tone. Just going to blend it out with a brush. But whenever I need like a little reset and I want to do something for me, for my body, I'll always go to a Pilates class. I love Reformer. I do a little bit of pop mat now and then. It just really resets. It makes me not look at my phone for an hour. Like, it just, oh, it's great. So I feel like it's popular for a reason. After my class, I'm going to go shopping. I've got some groceries to pick up for tonight. If we don't go before, I'll take Maisie for a walk after that, probably then, because I think it's going to be warmer in the day then. So we'll take Maisie for a walk. It's actually looking like a beautiful day. I'm so excited. Winter sun is beautiful. Like, it is stunning. We'll come home, do a little bit of my assignment. I also have my book journal I need to update. We're gonna put a tiny bit of bronzer on, but just to give me a little bit of dimension back into my face. Bronzer is absolutely tiny, but just a little bit there, just a bit there. Maybe up. You don't really see it up there too much though, because I have a fringe. Sometimes I do it on my jawline, but I don't really feel like it today. I'm just doing minimal makeup. This is literally 3 products that I'll have on. I also want to finish my current read today, which is Way of Kings. That vlog is coming very soon if it's not out already. And then we're gonna pick another read. At the moment I'm filming a vlog like reading some of the most popular books on BookTok, or just popular books in general. So I need to pick another book. I have a few in mind, but I just haven't decided on one that I want to read for that part of the vlog. I'm gonna put on some lip tint. I'm obsessed with lip tints because I'm not someone who likes to like reapply their makeup all the time. And so if I can just get a little bit of color into my lips and it stays on there for a few hours, I'm more than happy. My sister got this one for me. It's actually a Korean brand, I believe. I also love the Glossier. This is also just a lip tint. I'm almost out, but go on some walks. As I said, it is going to be such a beautiful day. Like the sun is coming out. I'm so excited. I truly take advantage of the sun when it comes out in winter. I'm just going to put a little bit of mascara and then we're going to be done. I think I'm just going to get dressed into my activewear. That's another thing I might do today. I might do some online shopping. Whilst I'm trying to save at the moment, I would love some more activewear. It's in the middle of winter and it's not going to really get warm until October around here. I'll still be wearing hoodies until like November, December. December is technically summer for us. It doesn't really get hot until January, February here. Like I'm talking like 42 degrees Celsius. I had a comment the other day asking how actually cold it gets here, because compared to like you guys in the UK and stuff, it really doesn't get that cold. Melbourne is a little colder than the rest of Australia, but when I say that, I'm talking like we might have a day with the top is 8. And that's a cold, like 8 degrees Celsius, and that's a cold day for me. So we don't get snow or anything like that here. We do in the mountains, but not here. I'm just a wimp when it comes to the cold. I actually grew up at the beach, so I'm just a bit of a wimp. I try and keep my makeup minimal when I do have to film, but then I'm going to a workout class. I'm going to be like walking and active for the rest of the day, because obviously I don't want to sweat it all off. So that's why I basically just do concealer, bronzer, and mascara. And if I do sweat it all off, it's not a big deal. The mascara I am using at the moment, I honestly change my mascaras all the time, but this one is the Revlon Color Stay Full-Time Mascara in black. I'm gonna go get out of my PJs. Well, it's like a sweater, but PJs technically, and get into some real clothes, and then we're gonna film a little bit. Okay, it's about 10:30, so I'm starting to get ready for Pilates. Not that I have to do much, just have to really put my hair up. We got a TikTok filmed, got that posted, which is great. Did edit most of my YouTube video. I've still got some fine tuning to do, but I did get a lot of that done. I kid you not when I say this is the most beautiful day we've had in a long time. It's getting quite warm today, which is always great. Just putting my hair up because of obvious reasons. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm very happy. As soon as the sun comes out, it immediately lifts my mood. Like, it makes me so happy. I'm a little bit tired. Pilates is going to be a bit of a push, but you know, when is it not? I also desperately need to cut my hair. It is getting way too long. I just did not show you that, but anyway. So yeah, very fun day. Yes, I also get questions about what I do with my fringe when I work out. I could pull it back, but then I'd look like that. So I just leave it. Let's go have a good day. Let's go have a good morning. I'm not even gonna lie to you, that was more stressful than it needed to be. I'm home now. We just had some lunch, made some pancakes, which was nice. Basically, we'll do a little story time whilst I do my hair because we're about to go on a walk. Never mind, lighting is absolutely terrible in there. You're just gonna have to deal with me holding you. Basically, I went to Pilates extra early because I didn't want to miss out on a park because it's a Sunday. It took me like 15 minutes to find one singular park, and then just the whole, it was not good. Then I had to pay a lot because it was a Sunday for parking and I missed out on all the free spots and everything. And then I was running super late for class, so then I literally had to bolt to class, and it was interesting. The actual class was great. It was great. The instructor was lovely. It was, yeah, beautiful class, but just like the actual form of getting there, I'm not very good at driving in the city when it's a super busy day. And I was just like this close to a meltdown, but then, you know, Pilates centered me a little bit more. So yeah, we came home, made some pancakes and stuff because needed to cheer up, but we're about to go for a walk because look how beautiful and sunny it is outside. I'm very excited for that. So I'm just gonna do my hair, and yeah, we're gonna go for a walk and kind of try and recenter a little bit. So it's actually the next day, and I just totally forgot to include this segment in my little video, and I really wanted to because I feel like it fits for a reset, and that is going through my favorite books from each month. of the year so far. I make short form content of this all the time. Like I'll put it on my Instagram and TikTok, but I just thought I'd include it in this vlog because if you're looking for some book recommendations, these have been my top reads of the year so far. Well, most of them. Like the top reads of each month so far. And I've read anywhere between 8 to 10 books, I think, or maybe 11 every month. So I feel like it's a good range. I feel like I can give you some good recommendations. So yeah, I thought we'd just quickly go through that, even though I forgot to film it yesterday. But you know, I figured it's worth putting in here. Okay, so January's top read was Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This is the third and final book in the original Mistborn series. You guys know, I'm a massive Brandon Sanderson fan. I've loved every book I've read by him so far, and this just finished the trilogy in the best way possible. I was blown away by this ending. I absolutely love these characters. I love everything about this trilogy, to be honest. My jaw was on the floor. This series just, it was an emotional whirlwind in the best way possible. Like that's the best way I can describe it. The magic system in this is amazing. It made me so excited to go on to the rest of his Cosmere universe. A lot of people say Mistborn is a really good starting point. That series is a great like starting into his Cosmere universe. So if you want to like get started with a series, start with the Mistborn series. I highly recommend that. I think it was a really great stepping stone. The magic system was explained really well. Everything about it was explained really well. All our characters, and it's honestly just really addictive. This was a 5-star read. Easy, easy, easy. In February, my top read was The Blood Trader by Lynette Noni. This is the third and final book in the Prison Healer series, or the Prison Healer trilogy. I feel like you guys know how much I love Lynette Noni, and I just absolutely loved this series. I thought it was great. Again, I thought this concluded so well. This is a YA dystopian fantasy kind of series. I'm not really sure what you'd classify it as. I guess just a YA series. I won't talk too much about these books because I feel like I've talked about them a lot, but yeah, I just thought this wrapped it up so well. This is a very YA series, but every book I've read by Lynette Noni has been so far, and I just love seeing all our characters in this, and yeah, just a really great conclusion, I think. In March, my top read was Sunrise and the Reaping. This has been my top read of the year so far. I feel like that's pretty obvious. Honestly, this just exceeded my expectations. I really truly didn't think we could get better than what we had already from the original trilogy, because I liked A Ballad of Songbirds and Snake, but I didn't love it as much as the original trilogy. This I loved as much as the original trilogy. I thought this just blew my mind. So yeah, easily best read of the year so far. I do need to get myself a physical copy actually. In April, my top read was The Favourites by Lane Fargo. This was a really interesting book because it made me so incredibly mad. Like I got so irritated at these characters, yet I could not put it down for the life of me. Like I was sucked into this book from page one. I found it so addictive. I found the writing really addictive as well. We are following ice skaters, like ice dancers, Olympic ice dancers, and their journey to fame essentially. We are more following one than the other. Her name is Katrina and her partner. Her partner is also her best friend, and they have all this history together. Also part of this is in interview format, very much like Daisy Jones and the Six, and we kind of have flashbacks from past to present. So yeah, I just found it really unique, really fun, and yeah, as I said, absolutely hated these characters in the best way possible. I couldn't pick between my top read for May because these two books were both incredible. I think first of all is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. Like I love her books to death. Some of her books haven't been like incredibly amazing books. They've been kind of just 4-star reads. And I had no idea what to think of this before I went in. Atmosphere is about a NASA pilot. So I was like, that's kind of random, not usually my typical genre. Not the area that I'd choose to read about. I mean, I find it fascinating, but like I wouldn't necessarily pick it up when I saw it at the bookstore and saw that that's what it was about. This changed my life. This was one of the best books I have read by her, to be honest. It just was everything. I loved these characters so much. I cried my eyes out. I had my heart broken and put back together. It was just an emotional whirlwind is the best way to describe it. It was a journey. It was a true journey. I haven't seen anyone rate this under like a 4.5, to be honest. If you're gonna take one recommendation from this list, let it be this, because I feel like it is so easy for anyone to love, no matter what you read. And then the other one was Releasing 10. Now, I know that this was not everyone's favorite. I know that this caused actually a lot of controversy. Personally, I loved our characters and I thought this was extremely dark, but written in a way that made me understand our characters so much more. Do not go into this without looking up trigger warnings. Like I would never recommend this book to you because it is really, really dark and I didn't know how dark it was going to be before I went in. So yeah, I wouldn't just recommend this book. Please take care of yourself before you go into this. But you guys know, the Boys of Tommen series is a god tier series for me. And honestly, this didn't disappoint me. July's top pick was actually Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I didn't expect this one to be as high as it is, but I just thought the family dynamic, the characters in this, I connected to on a whole different level and I really wasn't expecting that, but I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I didn't really expect to love this one as much as I did. I just said July's favorite, didn't I? I meant June. And then this is July's favorite. This is The Raven Scholar. You guys know I read this in a recent vlog and I absolutely loved this. I ate this book up. Tell me why this is not more hyped up at the moment, because I was obsessed. If you love high fantasy and trials in your fantasy books, like you'll love this. Yeah, as I said, trials, we have different houses. So like there's the house of the ravens, there's the house of the tigers, the foxes, the bears, everything like that. Each house kind of lines up with people's personality traits. So I really like that aspect. There was so much to love about this book and I'm just kind of shocked that it isn't getting more hype because yeah, I was obsessed with it. But yeah, those are my top reads from each month of the year so far. Obviously we haven't finished August, so I'm not gonna say August yet, but I do have a feeling. I think we all know what's gonna be my top read of August. That's our little intermission of book updates. So let's get on with my Sunday. It's actually closer to 3 o'clock now, but I thought we'd do a little update on my reading journal. I am due to update it. I don't think I've updated my TBR for the month, so I thought we could add them in. I have a very simple journal lineup because as much as I would love to have a really cute aesthetic one, I know myself and I know that I'm not going to be able to stick to that, and like every single month I'm not going to be able to do a really cute montage. So mine are very simple. They're literally my TBR for the month and what I get read for the month, and it has actually been the best way for me to track. I'm also really bad at keeping my Goodreads and Fable updated. Fable a little bit better, and having a physical form has actually been so much easier to keep track of everything, which has been great. Also, happy August to all those who celebrate, all my Swifties out there. I'll make this cuter later, but for now, we've just got August read and we're gonna put in my TBR. Now, I don't know if I'll remember all of it off the top of my head. I remember most of it. So Way of Kings, Silver Cloak. I actually usually have to go back and watch my videos. We also had Wild Side, I think it is. We had Summerland and I think Neverthorn as well. I think that was it. Oh, wait, no, because I ended up accidentally choosing 6. So there was one more. I'll go figure that out soon. And then for the books I've read so far, I have not completed one. Yeah, I am still reading Way of Kings because that is it's a big book. I've got lots of thoughts on that one. This one has been a bit of a roller coaster. But yeah, I keep my reads really simple, but it's really handy to just be able to like know the amount of books you read every month. Just when I'm doing my wrap up, it's really easy to see what I rated them, everything like that. I don't think I put my ratings in last month, but usually it'll look like this. I'll just rate everything that I read that month. Last month I read 8 books. This month I don't think I'll read that many because Way of Kings is taking so much time. Hopefully I'll just read a few fun ones after this. I feel like I deserve a bit of a break. I feel like I deserve to read some fun books after this because Way of Kings, as much as I love it, it's been like a feat. Like I've had to use my brain every single night when I'm reading it, and sometimes I just need to switch my brain off. So it has been a bit of a feat, but that's okay. Dating my reading journal really takes no time at all. I also am not sure what books to read next for my vlog. I'm thinking, look, I said that I want to read easy books after this, and I think, oh, The Nightingale. Yeah, that's a good idea, Freya. No, it's not a good idea, but I am tempted. I'm also thinking maybe an Elsie Silver book because they've been all over my BookTok at the moment. A lot of the books on my TBR aren't that big at the moment on TikTok, which I'm kind of happy about, but it might mean we have to read a Kindle book. I know that the Windy City series is getting a lot of hype, and I've still got the last book in that series to go. I also thought we could go crazy and do a reread of ACOTAR because I haven't read that for like years. Like I'm talking like 6-7 years. So I could do the reread of the first one, which would be really fun, but I have a lot of like ideas in my head and I'm not really sure which way we're gonna go. As for the rest of my Sunday, we're gonna keep it nice and chill. I still have to do the thumbnail for my video that I did finish editing earlier. So yeah, I've still got to do my thumbnail. I also have this crazy ambition to finish Way of Kings. I have 300 pages left and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't think that's gonna happen, but even if I can get 200 pages done tonight, I'll be really happy. So we're gonna try and just read as much as possible tonight, but also whilst I do my thumbnail later tonight, I'll probably do it after dinner. I'll just do it while I watch like Grey's Anatomy or something, like something fun. So for the rest of the afternoon, I think we are going to read, and then we are going to have a bit of a self-care night. I'm going to have a shower, do like an everything shower, just kind of make myself feel better. Actually, I think I need to trim my fringe. Very tempted to chop the rest of my hair, but we won't. Go to a hairdresser. We're not gonna do that. It's obviously later at night, had some dinner, which was really good. I just made myself a peppermint tea. As I said, I have a lot of teas in the day. I haven't filmed, but I think I've had about 4 today. Peppermint tea is some of the best tea ever. Some of the best tea out there. It literally helps me relax so much at night. Tonight I'm having it with some dark chocolate, which is also a fave of mine. I watched a little bit of Grey's Anatomy and now I'm just uploading my YouTube video, and I did some final touches on the thumbnail and everything. Now we're actually gonna like slow down and just read all night. I have my book here. It's so big. I am actually up to where the pencil is. I just haven't updated my annotation. I've been underlining and then going back and tabbing later so it doesn't take too much time. That's how much we have left. I don't know if we can finish it tonight, but I'm gonna try my absolute best. If not, even if we can just have like 100 pages left for tomorrow, that'd be pretty good too. I'm gonna read a little bit and then we're gonna sit down, have a little chat, I thought, and I want to talk about some of my like well-being habits that I've been doing recently, bookish related and just like life related, because there are a few tips that I just feel like have changed my life so much and I just want to share them with you. And also some bookish habits that have been helping me like read more and kind of just be in the moment a lot more whilst I'm reading, because I was really struggling with getting distracted and everything. So I thought I'd share them with you guys, but we'll read for a little bit and then we'll talk about that. We've kind of set up a little cozy vibe, and I figure as I put my tabs in for Way of Kings, like just to where I am up to, we can chat about stuff. So I constantly get questions about how I read so much and like what my reading habits are, because I am obviously a full-time student. Then like content creation is my job. Well, it's like my part-time job. It's not a full-time job, but it does help obviously that it's my literal job to create content for you guys and to read as much as possible. Obviously that gives me an excuse to be reading so much more than most people, and I'm so incredibly lucky for that. But I will say that doesn't come like with, oh my gosh, I have all the time in the world to read. I do set aside time every single day to read. So I've been reading every night before I go to bed since I was a little girl. That's just helped me go to sleep. But recently something I've been doing, and because as I said, I've been really struggling to just like be on my phone and not be wanting to read, or just being getting caught on my phone and doom scrolling essentially. What has really helped me, getting up half an hour earlier in the morning, not going on my phone and just reading for half an hour in the morning. When I tell you that makes the world of a difference. If I usually get up at 7:30, I'll get up at 7. And obviously on super busy days, this isn't like a normal thing. Like you can't just make time out of your day to do that. But if you have the time, if you have half an hour to spare to get up in the morning and read, just while like you have a tea in the morning, I kid you not, is one of the best ways to start my morning, because it just makes me like really centered and down to earth. It also is just such a fun way to get in some pages. And I will usually read anywhere from like 30 to 50 pages in the morning, so that's just like a good amount done. I don't know who I was kidding. I can't multitask like this. The other thing is putting your phone away. I feel like my phone is my biggest problem, so I think putting my phone away at 8 o'clock every night as well. I just go and put it on charge so that I'm not like tempted to go pick it up, and just trying to read for an hour or so, or even if I'm doing other stuff in that time, you know, like washing up or cleaning the house before I go to bed, or getting ready for bed or whatever. Even watching a movie. Like I don't mind if I'm watching a movie, it's just the scrolling on social media that I try not to do before I go to bed, because it really like wakes my brain up, and I use that time to read as well. So usually I try and read for an hour or so before I go to bed every night. Sometimes that doesn't happen because I end up falling asleep so quickly because reading makes me fall asleep. But yeah, other times I will get a good amount read. That is, I feel like these are really basic things, but just like being super mindful of them makes the world of a difference. The other thing is just like when you are reading, putting your phone away to minimize distractions and everything like that. What I actually do is I take it off silent, so that if somebody calls me and if they need me, I know that I can just go pick it up because I'll hear them. If it's on silent, I'm kind of like, oh, I should check my phone to make sure nobody texted me. I don't know, that makes a difference for me. Maybe it'll distract you more though. I just only have notifications on for like texts and calls for that though. I just have like the priority ones. So yeah, that probably helps a lot. The other thing is I've been very much trying to read for the book and not to get the book finished and go on to another book. I've been trying to be in the book a little bit more, because I find myself when I get to like halfway through, I start thinking about what I'm going to read next and blah, blah, blah. And my mind starts to wander, and I've been trying to just read the book I am reading, and then I'll see what I want to move on to. Like I'm trying to be in the book a lot more. And I will say it's been very tough with Way of Kings, but I feel like it's been such a good experience. Like I have truly been so immersed in this book, which is crazy because it is such a thick book. We're over 1,000 pages, and for some reason it's been really easy. Also, this kind of plays into well-being tips, but these are a few things I do before I go to bed to like reset for my week. I used to plan all my week on Sunday afternoon, but I have realized that that is just causing me so much anxiety because I just start thinking about everything I have to do for the week. So I sit down on Monday morning and I plan out my week, and that seems to help so much more. I really try and have Sunday as I'll finishing a few like work tasks as I did today. I actually didn't get to my uni today, to be honest. I was editing my video too much, but anyway. But yeah, I try and keep Sunday as like just a rest day and a reset day. Before I go to bed on Sundays, I will always, as I said, put my phone away. I try and not check my phone for a good hour or so before I go to sleep. I will put on a comfort TV show. I will always watch a comfort TV show on Sunday if I'm home, like if I can. I will stretch before I go to bed. Yoga before I go to bed is like one of the most therapeutic things. I also have fibromyalgia, so I like deal with a lot of chronic pain, and stretching before I go to bed, and then I also put on a magnesium spray before I go to bed, genuinely calms my muscles so much and allows me to fall into a such better sleep. Magnesium has really just been like a game changer for me, honestly. Even if you don't take tablets, I have magnesium baths are incredible, and as I said, I use magnesium spray, which is best for me. I also just did some folding, so I kind of try and just finish up any like basic chores that are not like stressful or anything, like doing the washing up, doing the folding, everything simple like that. Just have a clean environment to wake up to for the next week, just to kind of reset my mind, reset the kind of space I'm in. I am someone who it really matters what my space feels like around me before I go to bed, and when I wake up in the morning. If I wake up to a messy house, it's a messy brain, it's a messy day. If I wake up to a clean house, it's a good day. It's a clean day. It's a clean slate. I can just do what I want. I feel like those are my main tips I just wanted to chat about before I jump into bed. I am going to jump into bed. I might actually bring my computer into bed and watch some Grey's Anatomy. I have about 70 pages of Way of Kings left, but I am going to leave that tomorrow because my brain is starting to just not work, and I know I'm going to rush through it, and I want to leave it tomorrow to get the quality out of it. So we're going to be leaving that tomorrow. Again, another tip for me, don't rush through your reads, which again, I've had to learn the hard way. But yeah, we're going to leave that for tomorrow. And now we're just going to jump into bed and maybe watch half an hour of Grey's Anatomy. I am so late to the Grey's Anatomy trend, or not trend. I just haven't watched it before. I don't know why. So I've been obsessed with it at the moment. I feel like I've been talking about it a little bit, but yeah, obsessed with it at the moment. So for some reason though, I don't take it too seriously, and it kind of lets me drift off to sleep. And I also put my heated blanket on because it is winter, and it's just the best feeling in the world. So I'm really excited to get into bed and do that. But I just wanted to say thank you for watching today's video. I know this is a little bit different from my usual kind of content, but I do love making kind of lifestyle type content. So if it is something you want to see in the future, please let me know, because I have so much fun making these kind of videos. Thank you for spending the day with me though. I hope you had a good day as well. I hope you reset this coming Sunday. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.